big boss that's special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Upon removing my headset after a mere 30 minutes of Drunkn Bar Fight, I felt like I had been in an actual bar fight. My forehead was drenched with sweat, and so unfortunately was my headset. My arms ached, my shoulders ached, my back ached, my head was pounding. I was thanking my lucky stars that I hadn't punched a dent in my laptop, although I had come dangerously close a few times. Frankly, dear viewer, I feel lucky to be alive, and to have footage as proof of my virtual boxing prowess. At its core, Drunkn Bar Fight is a very simple concept. You walk into one of 3 bars, a regular pub, a saloon, or a DJ-driven rooftop balcony, then start a fight. Your character is drunk, therefore you're a little bit wobbly. Luckily, this is only noticeable visually and not physically. You can kind of see your legs are all bendy and weird, your hands are all kinds of fucked up. The most you can usually muster is a middle finger, or a fist, of course. At the time of my playthrough, the developer had not implemented any traditional turning mechanic. It was all done with your head. Maybe he was drunk. It's all well and good until you go too far forward, and then you have to figure out how to move backwards and turn at the same time. Honestly, this all kind of added to the drunken feel of the game, so I wasn't that mad about it. Although since the devs have actually come out and said they are going to put in a more traditional turning mechanic, I can't decide if it's a good or a bad thing. I guess the option would be nice, however, it would take away from the pure fucking chaos this game erupts into very quickly after throwing your first punch. Or vase. Or chair. Drunkn Bar Fight does not hold your hand in anything. It wants you to be confused. It's all part of the experience. I think the only controls it shows you are how to go forwards and backwards. After that, you're on your own. It starts off slow, one-on-one. Eventually, though, you'll find yourself fighting off multiple attackers, especially if you find yourself confronted with a lady attacker. Let's just say the other patrons don't take too kindly to you hitting a lady, even if she's the one who starts it. Drunkn Bar Fight has one very important thing included that essentially makes the game as fun as it is. Ragdoll physics. Oh yes, swinging around like a wild man and watching people crumple, flip, fall into each other, and fly over balconies is a thing of beauty. It really takes a turn for the hilarious when you start utilizing the various objects at your disposal in the environment though. Smashing bottles and mugs over heads, throwing darts and knives, swinging Zimmer frames. It's all so chaotic and frantic, and downright enjoyable. As the time went on and the various locations, environments, and combatants started to take their toll on me, I felt myself becoming physically exhausted. But also, I think I may have lost my mind a little. I learned some things about myself playing this game, some very dark and disturbing things. Apparently, when given the option to pummel someone continuously with a weapon, even when they are very clearly incapacitated, I find it very hard to, stop. When given the option to utilize sharp things like knives, I got a little stabby. After tackling most of everything the game had to offer, discovering new things about my own psyche, and not being able to physically hold my arms up anymore, I opted to pull myself out of VR, for my own well-being. It's at this point I discovered just how sweaty and tired I truly was. I kind of chuckled to myself, and I instantly knew I'd have to do it again sometime. That's really all there is to it. If you've never been in a knockdown, drag-out fight, this is probably as close as you can get, based purely on the fact that there is no skill involved at all, there is no real boxing involved, you just wildly swing at virtual avatars and have a semi-decent time doing it. Drunkn Bar Fight is $12, or the price of a couple pints. I'll leave the choice up to you. Thanks for watching.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.